Hey, what's up? My name is Joesph, and I'm originally from Hana, Maui, Hawaii, but I currently live and also grew up in Makakilo on the island of Oahu. I wanted to audition for The Voice because I feel like appearing on The Voice gives you exposure to such a larger amount of eyes and ears and hearts, and ultimately I sing because I want to bring peace and joy and happiness to other people, and of course because I love to sing. But ultimately, I feel that I'm here to bring peace to people, and by appearing on The Voice, I'll be able to touch more lives, and that's ultimately why I'm here. My hometown is Hana, Maui, but I could also say it's Makakilo, Oahu, because I feel like I spent time equally in both towns, but ultimately my roots are planted in Hana, and out there I've got my dad, my brother, my sister, one of my sisters and her son, and a lot of my extended family, aunts and uncles and cousins, live out there, and they'll be rooting for me, and hopefully all of Hawaii will be rooting for me as well. But I play music for a living, and since the pandemic hit, we really haven't been able to gig full time, or at least make a living off of it. And so The Voice came at such an opportune time where I would have just been sitting home trying to figure out what kind of job am I going to go look for. So super thankful to be on the show. Man, producing this season, I mean, it's my first time on any show like this, so I don't really have experience to pull from. But from what they told us, the protocols, I mean, we got tested for COVID 3 days a week. We had to wear N95 masks with a surgical mask on top of it whenever we had makeup or hair or wardrobe. And they were very diligent about making sure that we were wearing our masks. They kept us isolated when they felt they need to, or when they felt they needed to, and I think that was for the best. My singing journey started a long time ago. The first time I ever performed in front of people, I actually signed myself up for a talent show at the local mall in Maui, and didn't even tell my parents. We were just there shopping, and I saw that they were having one, so I signed myself up and then went and told my parents. And then I had to figure out how I'm going to perform a song, so I had to find an ukulele. So my dad called my uncle, who drove down and brought his ukulele for me to use. And then I performed and bombed. I did so horribly that the host told me not to quit my day job because I probably didn't have a future as a singer. And you know, I don't blame him. Yeah, I was 10 years old, but I did horribly, and ultimately that kind of fueled the fire for me to get better at my craft. But right after that, I fell in love with DJing, and luckily had the opportunity to learn from an amazing family that specialized in DJing mobile DJing. So they would go and do graduation parties or birthday parties or weddings, and they were really good at what they did, and they taught me so much and built my foundation for me. So I'm forever thankful to the Tandell family. My singing style, I would say, is mostly soul, R&B, in terms of my voice and the way that I like to sing. But when it comes to the type of music that I like to sing, that is pretty broad. I mean, I just love to sing, really. So I'm down to sing whatever, but in terms of my actual voice and the way that I move it, and I would say maybe my tone, it's probably really heavy R&B weighted, being that my biggest influences are more on the R&B side. She didn't turn for me until the very end, and it was her and Blake, and they turned at the exact same time, and that was pretty intense because I had thought I was going home, because I had hit the moments in my song that I thought were my big moments, and they didn't turn. And so when they did turn, it was such a relief, and ultimately it was so relieving to see Kelly turn, because she had been my first choice